Guys, hold on. Did my TV break again? Guys, you hear that noise? Oh yeah. What's up, you guys? Slash Boss here, and today, I just finished WandaVision. Well, this episode in particular is very, very special. This episode I have to present to you is, I'm sorry to interrupt this broadcast. What is this episode all about? Why is this episode your favorite episode, Saj? Well, guys, we'll find out right now. There will be spoilers to this video of WandaVision. Okay, so this episode is spectacular, guys. Oh my goodness. I loved it. So this episode takes place right after Endgame, where the 3-year gap of the Thanos snap, where Amanda goes. I think the girl's name is Wanda, the Captain Marvel's mom's daughter character. She wakes up in the hospital saying, like, what happened? What happened? Is my mom alive? My mom alive? She had a speedy recovery. No, she died 3 years ago. And 3 years ago, it has to be Endgame. So that's pretty much where the episode takes place. She goes back to her job at SWORD, where she discovers that she got her job back, but she's on ground patrol. She got grounded. And then she's going to Smallville, which is not Smallville, it's Superman. The village where they have Wanda's TV show at, so they go there. So Amanda, once in the portal, like Alice in Wonderland, she was there for a couple months. They almost set up a missing persons report there, so there's that. The whole plot is. After that, Wu comes in with his whole team of the military and the SWORD agents, and they build this big tent, farage, like this big shelter base over their heads of like all the signals and how to send them in. First up was sending the helicopter. The helicopter is this little drone that's sent in, and it turned red, which is interesting. And also another thing we learned is all the people who are cast inside the show are all the townspeople, the townspersons, whatever you want to call them. They are all cast as named characters. Number one. Number two, they pretty much are all agents themselves, which is really weird. And New Rockstars literally described this really well. I thought this episode would start off like after Endgame, where like you see like Thanos snap, that's where Wanda's in there. But no, it's really just Amanda in the portal. So we found out all of that. Later on in the episode, the girl from Thor shows up. The girl with the glasses from Thor's crush. She drives in with a bunch of people, and she just sets up base. While she's monitoring the whole case and stuff, almost like a Truman Show, she saw this little monitor with like a black and white screen of the WandaVision show. So she asked for a big TV, one of those big 50s TVs, and plugged it in to monitor what's going on in there. So they pretty much played like I Spy, I Guess Who's Who, pretty much, to the whole episode, which is really cool. And just like the whole Truman Show effect of the episode. It was breathtaking. Using this as a scientific experiment, guys. That's what I really liked about it. But I thought it was really interesting how they did that. I'm like, boom, this is so-and-so, it's boom, it's this so-and-so, it's you, boom, boom, boom. And they moved through the line, which is really funny. And then there's in the episode, there was there's a scene where Amanda comes back to the portal and they'll check on her, and that's the end of the episode from WandaVision. So the last week's episode, they kind of touched on it briefly, but didn't really do much. So the guy in the hazmat suit, which ended up being a beekeeper. His harness breaks when he goes through the portal, goes down the sewers. He probably is still stuck in the sewers, if you will. He's probably still trying to figure out how to escape the sewers because he has the hazmat suit on. Which is really, this episode really feels like Stranger Things. If like the Duffer Brothers were working on this, or the Duffer Brothers were taking notes throughout the whole filming process of this episode, saying, "Oh, we could do this about Millie Bobby Brown's character. We did this about the Upside Down." You know, it feels like you're watching Millie Bobby Brown, or you're watching Hopper, or Stranger Things. It just literally feels like Stranger Things. This episode, literally, I have a pal Demogorgon right here, but. That episode was spectacular. So much I loved about this episode. There's so much I hated about this episode. I think out of all the episodes, this is going to be my favorite one because you get a behind-the-scenes look on seeing what's happening in the real world while watching this alternate reality world, which is really funny. And also, when you go see the town, it's like this big force field, and you can't really see in. You can't see in, but you only see out when you go watch the cam. So you can't see in through the force field, but you can see in. The way you get in there secretly is just through the sewers, but the sewers would take you all the way up to the surface. and he did not want that. So I'm wondering how the character is going to escape the alternate world. Because Wanda like choked her out the window, and then Wanda, there's a really gross scene where Wanda sees a dead Vision, which is, I think it was episode of 10 out of 10, so hopefully guys, you do check out WandaVision episode 4. It's spectacular. One of the best episodes I've seen in a long time in Marvel. I feel like I was actually watching a Marvel movie there for a second. It was really good. I love this. I feel like I love the Truman Show effect. I love the Stranger Things vibes. It feels like you're vibing with Stranger Things with the Truman Show. That's what the episode's all about, pretty much. So hopefully you learned so much about this episode like I did. I love WandaVision. This is an epic show. Hopefully guys, see you guys on next Friday for episode 5 of WandaVision. Let's begin.